If you are visibly disfigured or disabled and a random 3-year-old loudly asks their parents about you, what would you prefer the parents to say? I have severe burn scars covering half my face and most of my left arm from a house fire that happened when I was 19. Yesterday, I was at the local park sitting on a bench reading when this little girl, maybe 4 years old, was playing nearby on the swings with her dad. She kept glancing at me, and I could see the curiosity building in her bright blue eyes. Every few minutes, she would look over, then quickly turn away like she was trying to figure something out. Finally, she ran straight to her dad, who was pushing her on the swings, and screamed loud enough for half the park to hear, "Daddy, that lady over there looks really scary. Why does her face look like that, and why is her arm all bumpy and weird?" I felt my stomach drop because I knew what was coming next. Usually parents grab their kids and rush away while muttering some excuse about being late for something important. But this dad did something that completely blew me away and honestly changed my whole perspective on humanity. He stopped pushing the swing, walked over to me with his daughter, and politely asked if he could bring her over to meet me properly and maybe ask some questions. I was honestly shocked because in the 8 years since my accident, nobody had ever handled it this way before. Most people just stare and whisper or avoid eye contact entirely. I told him yes, of course that would be wonderful. He knelt down beside his daughter and said in the gentlest, most patient voice I have ever heard, "Sometimes people get hurt really badly, and their skin looks different from ours, but they are still wonderful. Amazing people on the inside with feelings and dreams just like you and me. Would you like to say hello nicely and maybe ask her what her name is?" The little girl whispered hi really quietly and then asked, "Does it hurt when you touch your face, or does it feel different?" I smiled and told her, "No, sweetie, it happened a long time ago when I was much younger, and now it does not hurt at all anymore." I also told her that because of what happened to me, I now work at the children's hospital helping other people who get hurt like I did, so they do not feel scared or alone. I help them understand that being different does not make them any less special or important. Her whole face lit up like a Christmas tree, and she said with so much excitement, "So you are like a superhero doctor who helps people feel better when they are sad and hurt." I said, "Exactly like that, sweetie. I help people find their strength again." She thought about this for a long moment, then walked right up to me and hugged my leg as tight as she could. She looked up at me with these big, innocent, trusting eyes and said, "You might look different on the outside, but I think you are really, really pretty on the inside where it counts the most, and that makes you special." Then she skipped back to the playground and kept turning around to wave at me every few minutes with the biggest smile. Other kids started noticing, and instead of being scared, they came over to say hi too, because they saw how happy and comfortable she was with me. It was like watching fear dissolve in real time. When they were getting ready to leave, about an hour later, the dad came over to me again. What he told me next made me start crying right there on that park bench in front of everyone. He said my wife died in a house fire 2 years ago trying to save our neighbor elderly woman, and ever since then, I have made it my absolute mission to make sure my daughter never fears fire survivors or anyone who looks different because of trauma. He said he wanted her to see the incredible strength and courage it takes to keep living and helping others after something so devastating happens. He told me his wife would have loved meeting me and seeing how I turned my pain into purpose by helping other burn victims at the hospital. That conversation meant more to me than he will ever know. That man and his precious little daughter turned what easily could have been one of my absolute worst days into honestly one of the very best days I have had since my accident happened. Instead of running away in fear or teaching avoidance, they chose to see my humanity and strength first. That is exactly how I wish every single parent would handle these difficult situations when their children encounter someone who looks different.